Mic check, testing. You guys read me okay? You guys hearing me twice, 3 times? What's the word, guys? You hear me all right? Sounds good. Alright. Well, happy New Year's Eve or happy New Year's, depending on where you're located. Ah, it's a great day to be streaming. Hallelujah. Sounds great. Good. Deal. We'll let the new intro run for a few minutes. And then we'll get started. What's up, Plaza? Rodrigo? Carlos? What's up, Harry? Kay? Just tuning in, guys. Pretty 45 or so. Yeah, I have an energy drink here. Don't worry, it's not like that Monster Red Bull crap. It's like a clean energy drink, but yeah. No sody pop, guys. We're staying moderately healthy here, okay? This is a rated G stream. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed the intro as much as I do. Let me do a sound check here. This is when I might get double audio. This is a rated G stream. Sounds good so far. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, let me do a sound check once more. Sounds good, and I don't think I'm echoing or nothing. Nice. Alright, so you guys already know the drill. We're gonna start off. Keep it simple. We'll do a full top down on Bitcoin to end off the year. We'll do a little bit of discussion about where I think we're heading in 2024, the start of year, Q2, Q3, Q4, all that good stuff. How I'm feeling about the ETF. And, you know, a lot of it's just going to be speculation, but that's part of the game, right? And then we'll go through probably not everything in the portfolio. You know, we got a lot of stuff that's really not performing that great, but for the stuff that is, such as Creso, 0KN, Fideum, ATOR we'll look at. Doesn't look amazing, but we're still going to look at it. It's a big piece of the portfolio. Nexera, DEXTF, Gene, Kakon, Osk, Dua, Aegis, Dog, Unsheath, Otakon, and of course, Corgi. And anything you guys want to look at, I'm happy to look at as well. And we'll probably go about 2.5 hours, something like that. And you guys just let me know anytime if, you know, the mic audio starts to sound bad or something like that. Okay? Also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Otherwise, you know, I'm just going to keep on trucking. All right. So let's start with BTC per usual. Let's go to Bitstamp. Actually, I guess we might as well look at the yearly candle for today's occasion, and what a yearly candle it is. I mean, that is about as good as it can get. I mean, I would have loved to see the yearly close above 48.2. I mean, that would have been sick to get the full bullish engulfing, but come on. That's about as close as you can get. That's better than 2019, where we went all the way up and then all the way back down. So I'd say 2023, which was, in my opinion, really just supposed to be an accumulation year, you know, a kind of in-between bear and bull phase, has personally ended up being maybe my best year ever. Maybe not. Maybe 2021 was better. I'm trying to think. Probably 2021 was better because that was like the Wootrade spell year. But this was pretty close. I mean, this was easily my second best. Better than 2017, better than 2018, 2019, 2020. Way better than 2022, obviously. I mean, you know, could not be much happier with overall performance this year. I mean, a lot of hiccups, you know. Oh, sorry. Can you please go over basic security? I feel like I should already know this. For example, if you're just using browser wallets, step should be taken next. Hardware wallets is great. Keep C phrase off PC. Yeah, not a problem, Logan. Not a problem. What's up, Calvin? Thanks for tuning in, guys. But yeah, 2023, absolutely amazing. Quarterly chart also looks extremely strong. Do we even have a cycle in the yearly? Nah, not really. Quarterly, we kind of get some cycles going, and we're on a good up cycle there. Again, this stuff's kind of lagging, so it's not going to be that great of an indicator of anything. Going to the monthly, we do finally get some useful information, and we're getting really close to crossing this zero line on the CCI on the monthly, and you'll see that is when things really start to kick off. Once we can cross above this zero line, we can really get started. And we're getting close. I would wager probably, I guess it'll depend on how the ETF stuff goes. I would say probably March, maybe February, maybe January. I mean, we're at, let's see. Oh, wait, let me get the CCI values here. If you don't know, CCI values are right here. So September, we're at -43, then -30, then -6, I mean, we might just get it in January. And if we do cross, I expect it to be pretty explosive. But anyways, monthly looking really great. Oh, thanks for tuning in, Modest. I appreciate that. What's up, Tommy? What's up, Zach? Yeah, Happy New Year, guys, or New Year's Eve for us Americans. So I don't know how many of you guys have tuned into me for the majority of the year, but one of my more popular running theses was a retest of this 61.8 level by the end of the year. And, you know, there was a couple points during the year where I was really questioning if we were going to get it, but for the most part, that was my thesis for the majority of this year. And we pretty much got it. And that's not a pat myself on the back kind of situation. Just, you know, that is what we have seen on the first major move off the lows the last 2 cycles. And we're kind of in like a middle point between these 2 cycles, right? The first time we saw that big move up very quickly and then a harsh pullback. The second time, or the time before that, it was kind of a slower move up. We hit the 61.8 fib into the Bitcoin halving. And now, instead of, you know, this happened in June 2019 versus this time it's December 2023 versus the last time it was June 2016. So this would be like June 2024. This would be like June 2023. And instead, we're like in the middle at December 2023. So now let's talk about the ETFs. What's up, Nas, James? Happy to have you guys. Thanks for all the fish. So, see, is this going to be a hot take? I don't know if it's going to be a hot take. I don't know. I'm super split on ETF approval. So as far as I know, and again, whenever we get into like this TradFi stuff, you know, I gotta throw the like TM up there, the little disclaimer. I'm not a TradFi guy, you know. I was never big in TradFi before crypto. I'm not big in TradFi now, and TradFi being traditional finance. So when it comes to this stuff, ETFs and the bigwigs, Bassel's gonna be your guy. But as far as I know, ETFs cannot get delayed anymore. This is either approved or denied. So I would be very, very shocked to see them get denied. I mean, I would say, gosh, it's got to be what, like a 90% or maybe 80% chance of approval, right? Like, it's really hard to imagine these getting denied. The question is, you know, does approval mean launch? You know, if they approve the ETF tomorrow, January 1st, do these ETFs start collecting money January 2nd? Right? You know, do they start building out their BTC stacks January 2nd? One more delay until March. I think that's only for some of them. I think some of them can't be delayed any further. This is a final deadline for some of them. I think. Look that up. I know there's a chart for it, but I think they. Yeah. No. Because these are the approval deadlines. The final deadline for ARK and 21 shares is January 10th. Approval deadline for Bitwise, BlackRock, VanEck, WisdomTree, Invesco Galaxy, Fidelity, Valkyrie are all January 15th to the 17th. That's the, quote, approval deadline. And then the final deadline for those is March like 15th. But because ARK and 21 shares, their final deadline is January 10th. If that one gets approved, in my opinion, everything gets approved. It's basically a tell, you know? If ARK and 21 shares get approved, you already know, okay, well, BlackRock's guaranteed, right? Nothing is going to get approved and BlackRock not get approved. In my opinion, again, I'm not a TradFi guy, but, you know, if this first one gets approved, and this is the final deadline for this one on January 10th, they all get approved. Or all the important ones get approved, you know? So, if they're already, you know, gonna approve this one on January 10th, I see no reason to delay any of the others. You know, it'll be kind of pointless. And I don't think the market will care that much either. Because they'll say, oh, okay, well, they're delaying these, but, you know, ARK is getting approved. So, you know, come March, BlackRock's approved, VanEck approved, Bitwise, all that stuff. So, it's not really, like, going to be that big of a deal. That's my prediction, at least. And then the bigger question is, you know, how long does it take, again, for this stuff to really start kicking off, right? Happy New Year, Luke. Thanks, buddy. Peace and love. God bless, dude. Amen to that. Joined over the summer? Really? Why do I feel like you've been in here for years, dude? What a year we've already had. Appreciate you, man. Oh, thanks, man. Right back at you. We're gonna destroy 2024, dude. No matter what comes our way, it's gonna be a great year. Ads are dropping already? That's fun. That's true. Oh yeah, we saw what was it? That Stay Thirsty, my friends guy. The Dos Equis, right? Didn't he do a Bitwise ad or something? Which was a great call for them if I'm remembering correctly, because I mean, come on, the Dos Equis guy is amazing. James, dude, yeah, you gotta get in there, man. Get in there before it's too late. Happy New Year. Oh, Augustin, thanks for tuning in, dude. I haven't seen you in a minute. Have you checked out UNDX? I've not heard that one. We'll have to do a little dive in a bit. But yeah, anyways, guys, rough game plan, and this is probably not a hot take. I've been seeing this a fair bit on the timeline. But, you know, I don't know, man. Crypto Twitter gets this, like, weird energy about them. They'll do a poll, right? You know, what was the one I saw earlier? It's like, what's going to happen after ETF? And one of the options, the winning option by a big majority was like small pump and then a big dump and then a big pump later. And it was like, you know, 1,000 votes. And people were like, whoa, everyone's voting this. It can't happen. Like, bro, 1,000 people? 1,000 people. Meaningless. I mean, out of all the people that voted there, you know, you're talking maybe single-digit millions of dollars. Like, does not matter in the slightest. You know, but they'll be like, oh, it's the top voted option, though. It means that can't happen. It's just like, it doesn't mean that at all. But at the same time, you know, aside from all the crypto Twitter stuff, I am not super heavily leaning one way or the other. But if I had to pick, what I would think makes the most sense is we push up. Let's say, you know, let's just theory craft. We'll come back to the full top down in a minute on the weekly, but let's theory craft, you know. Okay, we'll just draw it appropriately. Right, ETF gets approved tomorrow, let's say. I know we got 10 more days, but let's say it happens tomorrow, right? I think we spike up extremely hard towards like 50K. You know, 48K, 50K, something like that. And then I think there will be this kind of pause where people are, continually expecting it to just keep going. Guys, ETFs approved, keep going, don't stop. But at some point, I think it probably will just kind of stop. And then people wonder, why is it, ETFs approved? Isn't this like the biggest catalyst in history for Bitcoin? What's going on? And then people realize, well, damn, like where's the billions of dollars coming in for ETFs? Oh, wait, they're not live. They're just approved. Ah, shoot. Maybe I should close out some of my perp longs, right? Like this could take a month or two to get live. And I think, we'll probably come back and retest these lows. Maybe as low as like mid 30Ks. But I think that's like these lows I think are like a really drastic dip. I don't think we'll go that low. But, kind of worst case would be like a really big retest of all these levels, right? Like the 2021 levels, these highs all throughout here. That's like your big picture worst case scenario. Spike into approval, dump while waiting for the launch, and then a big move up once they're live, push to new highs. I don't think it'll be that bad. Even if this is the route we go, and it might not be, we might just move up, chop sideways a little, and keep moving up. This is supposedly like the spicy opinion or the most popular take on the timeline is that we'll go up for the ETF approval, and then we'll go down, and then we'll go up later. News to me. I didn't know this was like a popular take, but, that is genuinely what I think is going to happen. We'll push up when it's approved. We'll kind of slow down. Either we'll chop or maybe get a little bit of a deeper pullback. Hold on, I gotta sneeze coming. I can feel it. Okay, well, just got baited by my own sneeze. Yeah, we'll either chop or maybe pull back, kind of retest these highs or even these lows. Who knows? I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm not familiar with this stuff. If ETF gets approved and it goes live within a month, that would be fantastic. If it gets approved and it takes until March to really get live and, do these ETFs going live mean a lot the day they're live? Does it take time to build up steam for these things to happen? I don't really know. Again, it's not my forte how these things work, but I'm assuming it'll take, at least a good month to really pick up some steam. Yeah, brother, I'll definitely check out WITH and PopCap. The hat stays on, all right? Is the hat still on? Then we're still good. It's a very simple thesis, okay? That's the only downside to Welsh Corgi is it doesn't have a hat. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is the general idea I'm playing with. And so I've taken a little bit of profits here on like Fideum. And if we get a big spike on Creso up to 100 million or so, I'll take off, maybe like a third of that. That'll be about a 50x or so for me. So I'll probably cut like a third of that. And that'll be my big cash stack for if we sell off hard after the approval. Other than that, I'm going to try and diamond hand some of this stuff as hard as I can next year. Not as hard as some things, right? Like, I'm not just going to hold the entire position throughout the whole year. I'll say a big part of holding something, because people ask me, like, how did they say it earlier? Let me check Discord. It was like, how did you hold Wootrade, for example, so high for so long without taking profits? How do you hold through the 5x, through the 10x, through the 20x? And a big part of doing that comes with just taking profits, right? Like, you're up 10x, take some profits. It's a lot easier to hold to a 20x when you've already got a profit cushion and not an open, profit and loss, a real cashed out profit cushion. Right? At that point, if I know my initial is covered and I'm already up 50 bands, no matter what happens, screw it. I'll hold for another 2x. Screw it. I'll hold for another 5x. I don't want to run it back, but even if I do, the initial is covered and it's a guaranteed winning trade no matter what. I can let that bad boy ride. A lot easier than, if something pumps 10x, I don't take profits. It goes down 50%. Ooh, I'm going to start questioning myself because I don't have a profit cushion and a 50% dip is now scary instead of, oh, it's just part of the game, So, don't be afraid to take profits earlier than when the top will be in. Like, obviously, if 2024 goes crazy full bull mode, anything you sell today, anything you sell next week, anything you sell next month is going to be a lot higher when it's done. But that's part of the game, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with taking some profits a little bit early and kind of counter trading what you expect to happen, right? Yeah, we all expect a full bull. Yeah, we all expect 2024 to be this wild year, but consider the off chance that it's not, and that is very possible. The off chance that it's not, you will feel amazing that you took some profits early. Like, wow, it's gonna like really save your ass. And then if it's not, you're still gonna make a ton of money. If everything rips right after ETF approvals nonstop for months on end, I'm gonna make bank, even though I sold some FDAM yesterday, even though I'll sell some CRISO at 100 million. If it goes to $1 billion, because I'm able to move slowly, it's not, I'm not going to sell half my stack at 100 mil, and be out 90% of my stack by 200 mil, right? Like, 5% here, 10% there, 20% there, 30% there, like, take it slowly. And then, as long as you're mentally capable of doing so, trail out a stop with daily and or weekly pivots. And the higher it goes and the faster it goes quickly, or the higher it goes more quickly, the lower time frame you might want to raise your stops. Like when you're chopping nice and slowly, weekly pivots make sense. When you go 20x in a month, that's when you probably want to use daily and maybe even 4-hour pivots, because when that comes down, it's going to be pretty quick. But, and I'm not going to do an example of this stream. We've done it plenty of streams before, but, more often than not, those trailing stops will keep you in until the run is really over. And when it does happen, this breaking point where you realize the run's toast, you'll be selling down 60% from the highs. You'll be down more money than you probably ever lost on a position before, but most people are going to be cutting way earlier than the actual top, trying to emotionally time it. Thus, your exit is still going to be better than 99% of participants, even though you're going to be hearing, oh, why'd you wait until it's 60% down to sell? Well, that's because I stayed in the whole run, motherfucker. And you don't do that without a proper trailing stop. Okay. Now said, crypto Twitter shifted their predicts recently. Consensus used to be sell the news, now it's 50-50. Blindfold a monkey will get better results. Yeah, man. People will flip-flop. They just can't think for themselves. They will flip-flop to the opposite position of what is most popular any given moment on crypto Twitter. Oh, I saw 500 people on crypto Twitter vote that we should sell the ETF. So I'm thinking we should actually hold through the ETF approval. Oh, but the next day it was 600 people actually said that we should hold through it. So now I'm going to sell the event. Nothing matters what crypto Twitter thinks. It doesn't matter at all. Imagine you didn't have a Twitter, what would you think? Like, it's actually so silly. And I'm not going to be all high and mighty like, I haven't been influenced by an opinion or two on crypto Twitter before, but it's actually ridiculous. Like, it's just literally like monkeys, dude. How far do you think Welsh will go? I mean, you're gonna be shocked probably. You know, it depends on if it depends on two things really. One, does Stacks ecosystem actually become really popular? And for that to happen, it needs to scale. So if Nakamoto goes out early in 2024 and it's successful, we get the 5-second, BTC L2, then Stacks blows up, right? That's kind of the first thing that needs to happen for Welsh to go nuts. The second thing is Welsh needs to become the staple meme coin of Stacks and of Bitcoin as a whole. You know, if anything else decides to launch and for some reason it becomes the meme coin there, then Welsh might not do what I'm thinking, right? It might still go nice, but it might not do exactly what I'm thinking. And given it's the first meme coin on Stacks from 2022, thus the first meme coin on Bitcoin, and people want to say Ordi is or something, no. Ordi's been out months, right? Welsh has been out years. So Welsh is the first meme coin, the first dog coin as well on Bitcoin. If that narrative catches and Stacks is able to scale and become a legitimate Bitcoin layer 2, my minimum target is like 10 billion, right? Consider how hard Ethereum went, and the shitcoins on Ethereum like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu went from 40 to 80 billion. The one on Bitcoin, in my opinion, if we're talking percentage of market capitalization captured, Bitcoin's market cap is bigger than Ethereum's. Thus, in theory, the main meme coin of Bitcoin should be able to go higher than the market caps of the meme coins on Ethereum did last cycle. Now, will it go harder than Dogecoin? I don't know. That was kind of such a massive fad. Elon Musk shilling it on SNL. Who knows, right? But the highest upside target is, like $50 to $100 billion. The lowest is like $1 billion to $10 billion. And then if it doesn't catch, if either Stacks doesn't catch or it doesn't scale or some other meme coin kind of catches the spotlight, then, maybe like a couple $100 million. So, the counter trade is kind of like, in the low hundreds of millions, either 100 million, 200, 300, something like that. You could take some profits just in case it doesn't catch or it doesn't scale or whatever, And there's nothing wrong with that. If it goes crazy to 50 billion, you look back and feel like an idiot, but who cares? Hindsight doesn't matter. That's like the counter trade, right? And the flip side is, if it catches, if it becomes the staple meme coin of Bitcoin, and it has a lot going for it for that to happen, I mean, where's the flaw in the logic, right? ETH meme coins go to tens of billions. Why would the first meme coin on Bitcoin not do the same? You have all these Bitcoin maxis, which is a ton of money. Bitcoin maxis that refuse to trade on ETH because, ETH is garbage. All these ERC20 tokens, it's garbage. Only Bitcoin. Those guys are coping. They want to have been on DeFi. They want to have made life-changing money. And, of course, a lot of them already have with Bitcoin. But if, they made hundreds of millions on Bitcoin, think of how much they could have made on DeFi. Now, they will have tokens they can actually trade while staying on Bitcoin. That is huge. That is so much money that can be made and added to Welsh, right? And just the Stacks ecosystem in general, guys. It's not just Welsh. I think the meme coin is kind of the best to be in. But, Arcadico, however you pronounce that, I think is another good one. Even just the Stacks token in general. That's kind of my first TP will be into Stacks, most likely. I don't know if it'll be at 200 million, 300, whatever, but my first Welsh TP will probably go straight into Stacks. I think that is just a great hold to have. The first L2 of Bitcoin is a no-brainer. Even if the meme coin doesn't catch, no-brainer. 2024 bull run pretty crowded, not gonna lie. See, that's just not true either. Like, go ask your neighbor, you know, like, it's just not, you know, go ask people at the store, go ask people at work, like, go to the grocery store, ask 100 people. It's not crowded, you know. You get in like a crypto Twitter like bubble, and you start to think, oh, it's so crowded because I follow 1,000 people and like 800 of them think we're gonna have a bull run. Wow, 800 people out of 7 billion on the earth think we're gonna have a bull run next year. You know, it's just like, it's not really crowded. Even if it's 10,000 people, that's not crowded at all, right? Do you guys remember how many daily downloads there were of the Coinbase app at peak last cycle? It was I think it was tens of millions. You know, tens of millions of Coinbase app downloads a day. And Coinbase is just Americans. Tens of millions of Americans doing this a day, right? Or maybe it was just millions. I don't even remember. But it was a lot more than the little tiny bit of people you see on crypto Twitter. Right? And you also have like these accounts with 700, 500,000 followers. And they're getting like 5,000 likes, 10,000 likes. You know, it's like, these numbers are tiny. I don't think 2024 bull run is crowded at all. I think quite the opposite, honestly. I mean, you know, if you're feeling like 2024 bull run is a crowded trade, you're probably just following decent traders. You know? Simple as that. If you follow 1,000 accounts that are all pretty smart and pretty good at trading crypto, yeah, they're probably pretty bullish on 2024 because that's what makes sense. You know, it's an election year. It's Bitcoin halving. It's ETF year. Maybe it doesn't end up being insane, but in almost no way do I think we get anything but a bull run. You know, even if it's just upwards chop throughout the whole year, that is amazing for altcoins, right? But you know, maybe that's a hot take. Maybe it is crowded. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Is when folks like relatives, coworkers start talking about Bitcoin a useful indicator. I mean, at some point that won't be anymore. You know, the more normalized it gets. No, you know, it's like if it's like saying, if people are talking about stocks, should I sell stocks? Like at some point, that's a ridiculous opinion. And it's the same with crypto. At some point, people talking about it won't be a useful indicator. But the thing to pay attention to is people that, quote, shouldn't be talking about it, talking to you about it. Grandma is like the big thing everyone wants to use. But for me, it's like, like my friends from college that don't talk to me anymore, that I go back and check my last messages and they're like Pico top, someone messaging me literally, this day, like, hey man, I'm thinking about picking up some Ethereum. What do you think? Is this a good idea? That's the kind of shit. Like they don't talk to you during here. They talk to you here when we get the pi cycle signal. That is when you start, questioning things. But also don't middle curve yourself, If you think the trend is strong, if the trend is still going, that kind of stuff is just going to confuse you, like. So you swap to a tighter daily 4-hour stop after there's been a big move up. You don't have to. And I think, at the least, a daily rising stop, always keep something, even if it's 5% of the position or 10. But at some point, I think you can get rid of the weekly stop if you want to. Sometimes that's going to have you missing a bigger move, but for the most part, like for Creso, this is a great example. When the daily is just doing this, nice and healthy, I think you can continue having the weekly stop. But if all of a sudden, Creso just spikes up and keeps spiking up, like straight up over and over, like, a 10x in a week or a few weeks, at that point, I'll probably switch to a daily stop because the weekly is just going to look I mean, like, it'll look like this, you know? There's no stop, you know, I either give back a 10x or nothing, you know, like there's no in between. So at that point, yeah, daily stop, and then if you start going, you know, like 20x in a month, 30x, you know, you probably go for the 4-hour stop. But 9 times out of 10, you know, it does kind of depend on the stage of the market cycle too. It's probably worth it to keep something with a daily stop at least. Take a look at W Bridge, FAT, it looks nice. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Someone was asking me about W Bridge. I can't remember who it was. This is actually a really nice daily candle on Welsh. 1266 yesterday to 4700 today. Let's go. Have you looked into space? BTC L2 with interoperability coming Q1 most likely. The version of Alex is still 2 market cap. I had not heard of that. Is that on CoinGecko by chance? Is that this one? MSP. Ugh, I get flashbacks to Mothership. Yeah, Sacred Waves. Is that this Microvision chain? Super Catalyst Cycle. It's such easy. Yeah, dude. It's actually so obvious, you know, how hard this is going to go this coming year. And so many people are still going to middle curve themselves out of making crazy money. It's wild how much of a bullish setup we have, and some people are still talking about it. Just, we're gonna bear market next year, or like, you know, it's not gonna be bull market. Like, I don't know. I think it's just middle curving stuff. My antivirus blocked it, so I can't check out the website. But he said it's an L2 coming to Bitcoin. That's pretty hype. I don't see MSP either. So I'm guessing that's just not available yet, but I'm bullish on any kind of L2 for Bitcoin. Like, anything that involves that, I think, is a super easy narrative to ride. I do think Stacks has a bit of an advantage, but you know, like you said, Alex is what, like 50, or what is Alex? Is it still in the tens of millions, or is it in the hundreds? Oh, it's in the hundreds. So, you know, you talk about a 100th of this for Spaces, Dex, or whatever. You know, that could be a really good long. I'll have to look more into it though. I've not heard about it at all. I'll have to do some digging for sure. I need to make a note of that. I don't want to forget that. Let me just go pull up the ticker. Is it going to be an L2 or is it going to be a side chain? I guess those things kind of go hand in hand, though. OzK trade going great. Dude, yeah. I had a really good sale up here at 10s, but I just know, you know, in a few months, my sale's going to look like this. I mean, to me, this feels destined for at least 100 million. Like, this feels like such an easy hold. But I just wanted to get my initial and some profits out of the way. Thus, now I feel like I can hold for a while. Not a side chain. All right, I'll have to do some more digging. I'm seeing some people say side chain on Twitter and whatnot, but I'll do some real digging. If you're in Blockcircle, dude, shoot me a DM because I don't want to forget. That sounds very interesting. But my antivirus is blocking the website right now. I'm not gonna go fiddle with those settings on stream, so unfortunately we can't look at it. But team is building. Nice. All right. I hate to do it, but I chugged that energy drink before stream, so I have to go pee. But I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Behave. Thank you for your patience, guys. Anyways, before we get any deeper in this, I know you guys want to look at different coins and stuff, but I do want to finish talking about Bitcoin real quickly. I know, boring, whatever, but it's important. So, for those of you that are like stressed out about, you know, whether this is gonna happen or that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, don't overthink it, guys. You know, if you're long, stay long with the weekly pivots. Okay? Right, as long as this trend on the weekly is intact, even if we go down to 25K, I think you still be on the long side. Big picture. Right? As long as you're still making higher lows, with every push to a new high, you come back and make a higher low than the previous one. Stay long in some shape or form, you know? I'm not saying stay all in or anything like that, you know, but have some sort of exposure in this trend. And then the same thing goes on the daily, but, you know, a bit more size, right? You know, maybe you're 10% long on the weekly, 30% on the daily, and 60% on the 4 hour, something like that. I don't know. And the same idea goes on the daily, right? As long as this trend is intact, I see no reason to get out of open positions. You know, if you do this, and this, and this, and you take out this level, okay, maybe at that point, you can cut some risk until you start making higher highs and higher lows again, you know, like this. At that point, you can just reopen positions. Great example of this is back in 2020, right? You know, your weekly position is this one. you know, no reason to get out of that at any point here, right? It's just up, down, up, down, up, down, higher highs and higher lows. But on the daily, you know, you had something like this. And then you kind of lost it here, right? Lower low, lower high, and tank. So there's nothing wrong with cutting some risk, you know? Oh, you're going to sell the bottom. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Oh, I got to sneeze. Like, if you see people saying this stuff on Twitter, they're just trying to get you to play with your emotions. It does not matter. You could sell Pico bottom right here. Doesn't matter. When the trend is reclaimed, if you get back in, what is the opportunity cost? You know, you sold 10K, you get back in at 11.5. And then you ride to, you know, you ride your trailing stops until what? Until the daily breaks down again at here, you know? Like, you ride from 11.5 to 50. You missed out on 10K to 11.5. Literally meaningless. Guys, you sold the bottom. Who cares? You know, you were playing with the trend, and the trend was cooked for a couple of months, so you sold. Simple as that, right? And you still had some exposure on the weekly, because that never broke down to lower lows. Right? That's the same idea that we have right now, right? As long as the weekly is still doing something like this, right? You should still have some sort of exposure, in my opinion. And then if you start to lose daily pivots, you know, you could be a little more cautious, maybe cut some size until that trend is back bullish. Simple as that. And what you're going to miss out on is probably marginal. Everyone is just scared of, like, you know, cutting some size, and then there's like, oh, what if I don't have a chance to get back in? And it just goes from here to here in one candle. Probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. And if it does, thank goodness you're still long on the weekly. Right? Anyways, that's pretty much my last note about BTC. Just don't freak. Try and think long term. You know? But, I digress. You're in Blockcircle? Okay, nice. Yeah, just send me a message about that stuff so I don't forget. I definitely want to look into it more. But I do think, in general, Stacks is kind of ahead of the curve. You know, they're kind of like the first mover. So, I think that'll probably be the number one L2, but, you know, we'll see. What is, I don't know what RDEX rolled is, though. Is that just another, is RDEX just another coin, I guess? Alright, so, I know some of you guys have posted stuff in the chat already, but given that might have been 30, 40 minutes ago, the check for requests starts now. I'll check out anything that shows up in the chat after this point. There were a few comments this week in Blockcircle I want to make sure I don't miss, but oh yeah, like Maverick had asked about block games, and I don't know how many of you guys that aren't in Blockcircle or haven't been in for the last like year or two, but we did have a team known as Block Games come in and offer a raise. I don't know. I think it was the start of 2022. And Block Games is probably my favorite GameFi company out there. And I first heard about it in 2021, I think, when some friends of mine who are the founders we were on like a Zoom call, and I was asking them for help with like some NFTs my girlfriend was making or something, right? And they were kind of light shilling me this idea they had for a game production company with like revenue share across all their games tying into one token. I was like, this is a stupid good idea, you know? Because they can be basically producers, you know, they can fund projects, and any project that comes through them, you know, they'll take a piece of the revenue, and that revenue flows back to their token. So to me, it was kind of a no-brainer. And there's not much I can say about it now. This is the project Get Block Games, and they have really good numbers, really good outreach, and their plan is huge. And they've got really good connections. You know, they've got guys over from not Aave, what is it? Like Axie. Like I think they have the Axie co-founder working with them. They have an extremely good network. And I mean, look at this. Look at their plan. Like, this was their initial game, Shatterpoint, and the gameplay looks really good, really fun. And I mean, look at this stuff. Like, you can tell this is the kind of stuff that goes nuts on mobile platforms. Excuse me, Blank Royale, right? Rush Royale, Blast Royale. Oh, I gotta right. Like, Raid Shadow Legends, you see that freaking everywhere, you know? Like, they have huge connections. They got Pirates of the Caribbean on here from Disney. I mean, it's gonna get silly, in my opinion. It's gonna get silly. And all their revenue ties back into their token with revenue share. It's gonna be nutty. At least I believe it's gonna be nutty, you know? So that is my favorite GameFi project. I'm super heavy from the seed raise they did a while back, and I have equity with them, so it's one of my biggest bets, probably one of my biggest bets I've ever made in crypto, honestly. So I'm super, super excited for that. I can't give like some details, but just keep your eyes on that. I think Q1 they're gonna release their token, and if it's less than 100 million, it's probably going to be a good bid. That's my guess, at least. I have no idea when I get tokens or anything like that, but I'm not interested in really touching it. Like, I'm in this one for the long haul, you know? But anyways. First couple said peas. Ah, yes. EO peas. We did look at that one last stream. As far as I know, the only way to get exposure now, I believe they have NFTs, like DICE, but I don't know how. I haven't paid close attention to the NFTs and how that ties into tokens, or if it ties into tokens or anything like that. But if you're just talking about buying token, no, the block token is not live yet. But I don't know if like these DICE NFTs will tie in with getting tokens. I don't know if they'll do an airdrop or anything like that, but right now that's the only exposure I believe you can get is their NFTs, which will likely rise as the network rises too. All right, peas. We've looked at this a few streams, and I can never remember what it is. Very liquid, I'll say that. Damn, this has blown the heck up since we last looked at it. Wow. Well, congrats to anyone that rode this. I mean, 2 million in liquidity at $12 million market cap is kind of crazy. Like, that's actually wild. Seems pretty cool. Did you DM me about it? Well, apologies if I missed it or forgot about it. There's It's just so hard to keep up nowadays, honestly. There's just so many different projects. And honestly, I mean, 10 mil still seems kind of cheap. I mean, it ran almost 10x, though, in 5 days, so I won't be touching it, but what a run, dude. Big ups. I love it. I love the website, honestly. They keep it simple. I mean, this is kind of a lot, you know, but really simple flywheel. 2 sentences. Really easy to understand. Seems like a pretty good little Ponzi there. I dig it, dude. And the whole P-pod thing is cute, too. This is pretty dope. This might go on a real runner. Yeah, you could see something like this at like $100 million in the bull run, but I'm just not buying a 10x, but big ups to you. If you're already in, dude, this is one of those, you know, you take some profits on the 10x and then you let it ride, right? You know, this is the daily trend. As long as it makes higher lows, you stick with it. This is the kind of thing that can just absolutely blow up, you know? You might think, oh, it's, you know, it's 10x already. Like, then, like, I'm not buying because, oh, it 10x'd already, but it doesn't matter, right? You could easily, you know, just rip later in the year. So make sure to trail some with a daily pivot. Yeah, I mean, absolutely sick, dude. And again, dude, 2 million liquidity. 2 million liquidity for a $12 million market cap is bonkers. You like never see that. Another reason it might go crazy because whales can easily get in and get out. It's honestly kind of tempting, dude. If I had been able to get in earlier on, if I'd had the balls to buy in here, honestly, I didn't have any free cash, dude. Until I sold some Fidem, like yesterday, I just didn't have any free cash. I'm just already so heavy in so many things I like and unwilling to sell them right now that I've probably seen 10 or 20 coins I would have liked to buy in the last like 3 or 4 weeks, and I just don't have the liquidity for it. But no, that's sick, dude. Big ups. Happy New Year's, K-Nut. Oh yeah, what was that one? You mentioned that earlier. Or someone mentioned it. What was it? UNDX. Is that on Ethereum? Damn. That's a crazy move. 500% in a week. Love to see it. Yeah, I agree on PC. That's what I'm saying. If you guys are already in, for me, I'm just not good at buying like 10x's. I know $10 million market cap is still super cheap. Like, I know that's still big picture bull run. You know, that kind of stuff could be hundreds of millions. But I'm just, you know, it's hard for me to buy something that's already 10x'd in the last week. You know, if it 10x'd a month ago and it's consolidated a bit, sure. But for sure, if you're in something like that, super liquid, you stay in until that shit breaks, right? Because you could ride that to levels you never even imagine, you know? You know, take profits on the way up, you know, some amounts. So take your initial, take your first wave, second wave of profits, and then trail out some until these pivots break, because, you know, that kind of stuff could go crazy. Hey, what's up, Knight? Happy New Year's, brother. Yeah, Kana, is it? This is on Ethereum, I'm guessing. Let me see what the website is. This is kind of like SmartX. Revenue share, always good call. That's a good sign. No KYC, that's good too. MBV protected, very good. Sounds good, dude. I mean, yeah, sounds good to me. $5 million market cap, seems cheap. Seems fully diluted. Good liquidity to market cap ratio. Looks like a banger. I would say the same as Peas, dude. You know, secure your initial when you feel comfortable, and then as long as that uptrend continues, and this is just 4 hour, I mean, it just came out, right? So as long as you got a daily uptrend, I would just trail out that stop. Don't get out until that daily trend breaks. Because you don't, who knows how high you can ride this. This thing could go to $1 plus or something. But that looks good. Looks like a really good team. Simple revenue share. Obviously, I'm not going to check if the fees or anything work. I'm not going to connect my wallet, but yeah, seems pretty good. Solid DEX plus trading terminal kind of thing. I dig it. By the way, guys, keep me posted on P's. If there's like a nice consolidation going on at some point, or 30, 50% dip, let a boy know. Maybe not 30%, like 50%, 6, 7 million. I'll hop in. How high can stacks go in the bull run? I'm thinking like 100 Billy. Maybe like 500 Billy. Yeah, it depends. Maybe not 500. Maybe like 250. It depends on how high Bitcoin goes, and if stacks becomes the main L2. Like, think about this. If Bitcoin goes to like 120K, right? That's like 2.4 trillion. So, the main L2, I mean, that could probably be, I don't know, 10% maybe, 20%, something like that. That'd be my best guess, But I think 100 billion is a good target. Where is it at now? Like 10? 2? I mean, yeah, dude. Oops. In my opinion, where did it go? Whatever. In my opinion, this is probably going to go like $100. I appreciate it, Fresh Couple. Big ups on that one, dude. It looks really good. Looks like a banger. But yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite bets on this bull run. And the chart looks great. Chart looks really good. Leak some of those other projects you like. Talking about me? I mean, I've already leaked everything I like. I mean, my favorite picks for this cycle, dude. Welsh Corgi, Creso, 0KN, Fideum, Nexera. ATOR still, I think, is good, but, I mean, the chart just looks horrible right now. I mean, it looks okay as far as consolidation goes, but, it doesn't look like Fideum or like 0KN or like Creso, right? It's just going sideways at the bottom. DEXTF is up there. And for those of you guys that don't know, DEXTF is a real-world asset project partnered with BBANK with a crazy chart. Okay, Ryan's still here. We'll do Maple then. Ooh, WMC. Okay. Yeah, DEXTF's up there. OZK for like BRC20 kind of narrative. I think this is still super cheap at 8 million. DUA is honestly, I think this is so undervalued. It's extremely healthy uptrend, up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways, up. Nobody's talking about this one. Nobody's talking about DUA. Nobody knows about it. Nobody knows about the connections they got. This one is going to go hard. AEGIS AI for AI narrative. I'm tempted to actually add more here. I think this is still very undervalued. And yeah, that pretty much does it for my lineup. And I got like, again, like 10 or 20 other bags too that I think are fine. Oh, and Kakon for gambling narrative. I mean, this chart is just so clean. And if you're in Blockcircle, someone posted a chart. Let me see if I can get it pulled up on stream, actually. Here we go. If you add the original price history, I mean, this chart looks even better. Like, this is so clean. And we're in from here. This is when I first mentioned it in Blockcircle, way back here. And we up, down, sideways. We've been chopping basically for 3 months, 4 months. So I think this is going to go super hard. Like 100 million plus. You know, 50x from here. 50x minimum from here. Do not fade Barney, guys. Yeah, dude. Brilliant. DUA. Again, you go on crypto Twitter, there is not a soul talking about this. I mean, of course, there's a few accounts, but nobody. Like, it's crazy. And it's $8 million market cap. I mean, it's actually nuts. Our circulating supply is 11 million, so I guess it's more like... Wait, is that accurate? That can't be accurate. There's no way it's actually 1.4 circulating. You know, it's got to be more than that. Maybe not, I don't know. Regardless, even at 8 million, this is stupid undervalued in my opinion. Big Wi-Fi whales and P's. Interesting. I did not know that. You think it'll pump with BTC post-ETF? Absolutely. The big thing for Stacks is the Nakamoto upgrade that comes later this year. Or later next year. I think it's supposed to... They still say they're on track for it to be live before April. And it's going to upgrade Stacks to have 5-second blocks. And Stacks, I believe, will become SBTC. I think that's what it's going to be. In my mind, I've been calling it Speedy Bitcoin. But that's when it'll be an official layer 2. Right now, it's horrible. It is really bad right now. But I do believe it's going to be one of the best runners this cycle. I do think it'll move as Bitcoin does. Basically a big leverage bet on Bitcoin. 0K and dude, I am so confident in this project. I am like extremely confident. 27 million still feels dirt cheap. And it's just such a clean chart, dude. Like, just so clean. Like, oh my gosh. And I'm also the bottom tick. Literally, the lowest buy on the chart is me. And I cannot let that go. I think I'm still rocking like 80% size or something. I'll have to double check. I guess I can check right now. I'm very curious. Let me get the ticker here. yeah, I'm still, I think, about 75, 80% size after a 75x. Oh, man. My hands have been diamond this year, man. I cannot lie. I mean, they've also been paper a few times, but for the most part, like, in the old days, I would not have been able to hold a 75x on size that hard. Like, to me, this was make it. Like, you've made it. Like, I don't even know if WooX or Woo went. Let me see. Like, what did Woo do? And this is one of my best trades ever. It only went 50x for me the entire bull run. And, I mean, I held a good bit of this. I didn't sell a lot of this until it was only like a 20x, 15x, but most of this I sold within like a 10 to 20x. I sold a lot in here. So like this bull run really does feel different. But yeah, I think 0KN is going to be monstrous, dude. Like the connections these guys have, their tech is extremely good as far as I can tell. Again, I'm not like super big brain on this stuff, but the tech looks extremely impressive. I mean, they're working with Monero. They have old NIM devs. It looks really great. The only thing I didn't like was that they were kind of shitting on ATOR, which is just a bad look. I don't think it ever makes any sense to do that as a project lead or anything. I mean, like really just kind of a bad taste in my mouth. But aside from that, nothing but impressed with this project. And again, first mention of it in Blockcircle was basically Pico bottom, and then I re-mentioned it again in trades back like here, which is closing in on a 10x from then too. Actually, it probably already is. I think it was like 2,500. But regardless, one of the best trades that I've ever had. And I TP'd my initial here at like 4,000. Because that was a 10x from entry for me. It's crazy, but you know, that would have been a lot more now. But that's what I'm saying. You know, this has been such an easy hold because I TP'd my initial here. And that TP would be worth way more now, but it's also enabled me to feel comfortable enough holding all this, knowing it's a free bag. Right? So even though I technically, you know, big picture, you know, if this goes crazy, my initial TP will be Pico bottom, essentially. But that is enabling me now to hold higher and higher with that confidence, you know? Another one of my craziest trades this year, and still one of my favorites going into next year, is BlockBank, which is now Fideum. So don't buy BlockBank, guys. Buy, if you're going to get involved in Fideum. Only trade Fideum. Oh my gosh, that 4-hour candle is so juicy. Damn. I mean, this chart is fire. Absolute heat. And I mentioned it here. Again, it's not like slobbing my knob or anything like that. Just, you know, we are actually destroying it in Blockcircle. Sitting at a 55x right now. I think I took my initials at like 3,000 or 3 cents on the 10x. And I took some more at like 6-ish, I think. Why is my page refreshing? I didn't do anything. But, yeah, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane trade. And I genuinely think this has legs. What is it at? 67? I think this is multiple 100 million. These guys are partnered with MasterCard. Like, actually working with them. You know? Like, you guys remember 2017, 2018 cycle, for those of you that were here? 10x? Pay? Can we still even find that? They were like going to be the first big crypto debit card or whatever. You know, and that went to 500 million in 2017. Way less money in the market back then. The next renditions or ideas of this kind of project was Nexo and Celsius. Okay, so 2017 cycle. This was really the only kind of project like this, I think. Oh, and also, is it Crow? Or it was Monaco. I can't remember if this is what turned into Crow or not. Right, this is what became Crow, yeah? Anyone can confirm that? Maybe not, I don't remember, but regardless, this kind of project hit 500 million in the 2017 cycle. The next cycle, it hit, again, not the same, but similar vibe, 2 to 3 billion with Nexo and Celsius. And I think Fideum's going to be the best rendition of this kind of token yet. So 500 million 2017, 2 to 3 billion 2021. I'm thinking 5 to 10 billion this cycle, which would be, you know, almost 100x from here. You guys even imagine 100x on Fideum from here? It's wild. Absolutely wild. But I genuinely believe that is the upside. And it's, I think, my biggest bag. Outside of Welsh. I don't really count Welsh, because if I went and sold my bag, this would be at 0. If I sold even a tiny bit, it would be down so hard. But if I could sell a lot of Fideum, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this right now. And it would, you know, I could get out. I could get out on size right now because there's so much liquidity. But, yeah. Goated bag. Love this one. Can you look at AEGIS? Yeah, I mean, I'm seriously tempted to average down on this one. I have to look at my exposure. Let me check. 15.88. I mean, I already got 2% in it. Maybe I don't need to add more. But it is very tempting. I think this chart looks great. And this is like extremely healthy too, you know? There's so many people that are in on size from back here at like 1 to 2 cents that are riding this 10x. And big ups to them. And now they're all distributing and getting out. And we're just holding support. I mean, to me, that is actually such a good sign. Like, I think this is seriously such a great project. Oh, you guys, as an aside, but yeah, Calvin, this chart looks great. I'm feeling really good about this one. Anything close to 10 cents is, I think, free money long term. This is my biggest AI narrative bag. You guys seen what's happening with TRB? This is on Binance. Since August, it was $8, and now it's, oh my gosh, it's 600 now. It was 400 before stream. This is when you want to exit bags, guys. This is the kind of pump you're waiting for. You don't sell this. You don't sell zzz. You sell you know? This is the kind of pump you want to be in. See, this is what I'm talking about earlier. This is when you stop using a weekly stop loss. Because your weekly stop right now is $70 and the price is trading at $6.50. This is when you go to the daily or even the 4-hour. And even your 4-hour stop is 230 when you're on 60. But this, believe it or not, this is the kind of candle it's like 50-50, right? You take profits on this, but also someone is stupid interested in this. You know, meaning as it sells off and comes back, it's probably going to keep going. Thus, daily stop is probably still worthwhile. But this is also the kind of candle you're happy just taking massive profits, you know? Like, this is crazy. Look at that. That is, you've made it. And look what preceded it. Boom. That is when you want to be a seller, not here. We're going to look at your charts next, Ryan, because you've been super patient, my brother. But like, this is when you sell and you don't care if it goes higher. You know, you keep a bag as long as the trend remains. You keep a bag, but in my opinion, this is when you take off size. Like, what are you gonna miss? You know, another 3 or 4x or something. Like, who cares, right? You know, basically 100x since, or like a 75x since August, and you're going straight up. You know, if this continued this, you know, who cares if it's 100x or whatever, but when you do this into that, I think it's time to take profits. Anyways, the money is here, guys. The money is here and it is ready to eat. Saw TRB when I woke up. Someone rage tweeting about it. Yeah. I saw my buddy Lomo was like, I'm marked safe from any profits on TRB. I thought that shit was so funny, dude. Oh, gosh. Like this. Marked safe from any profits on TRB. Right there with you, brother. Didn't make shit. Glad I protected myself from longing. Gosh, I think that's so freaking funny. Holy shit. But yeah, anyone that's in this, I don't actually, funny enough, know anybody in this, but big ups to whoever it is. And whoever is market making this, please buy my bags, guys. Like, whoever's market making this, please come buy my shit. Because good lord, they know how to pump a coin. Golly, just look at that sucker. I mean, my goodness. Don't know if you read Woo annual report. Said they were going to do an IPO. Thoughts on that? I think it makes sense. I mean, they're an extremely legitimate business. It makes sense for them to IPO at some point. You know, Coinbase IPO and whatnot. So I think it makes sense. I think it's only good for them. Anyways, this is actually insane. All right, we kind of already talked about CACON, Ryan, but if you guys don't know, this is my favorite like casino-fi, gamble-fi project. At $2 million, I think this is ridiculously undervalued. And my buddy Barney is running the marketing for this. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he's like, I don't even know. Hey, how does one describe Barney? Well, first off, the dude's a sweetheart. An extremely genuine, kind-hearted person. Someone you would never want to do wrong by. And he was marketing manager for Lido last cycle. And if you guys remember, this went to billions. And he's taken everything he's learned and he's coming to CACON. I mean, I believe in him. So I'm holding this, diamond handing this to 100 million minimum. ICP is pumping. Ain't no way this is coming back. Oh my gosh, dude. It's literally alt season, guys. It's literally alt season. We have multi-year reversals coming in on some of these coins, and people are bearish 2024. Mind-blowing. It could not be easier to make money. Look at ARB too, about to make new highs. I mean, this is just like, the setup on these charts is wild. Optimism's been going batshit too. I mean, honestly, just what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. All right, let's peek Maple real quick. What is going on with this? I guess that's the old one. There's 3 million in lick though. Why is it at $78? Ryan? Ah. Never mind. I guess they have some liquidity locked there or something. I don't know. Ugh, gosh. Where's the actual chart? Is it the third one? No. Where's the OG chart at? Does the OG chart not exist for Maple anymore? This might be it. Nice, there we go. No, it's here. It's here. You just kind of scroll down for it for some reason. But, I mean, no, this is super clean, right? Like, it's clearly broken out of its bearish phase with this push from $5 to 25. This is real. Why is it so hard to say that? Real world assets. Real world assets. Real world assets. It's like a tongue twister. But this is a really pretty chart. This will probably push $100 this cycle. Let's be honest. Probably minimum. Chart looks clean. New uptrend vibes. Anything under 10 is probably easy money. You probably won't even get under 10, honestly. But that's free low, baby. That's free low. I'm more interested in this other one you're talking about. Is this it? Mist coin? I'm guessing this is not it, yeah? Or is this... No. This is it? Why'd a chart look like that? It also has not hit $5. Am I on the wrong pair? Is this the best pair too? Why'd a chart look like that? 120K market cap? That also, surely this is not right, right? Oh yeah, sometimes it doesn't show the actual price action on the daily. Why does it do that too on DEX tools? You go to the daily, the high is $3.40. You go to the 4 hour, the high is $5. I've always wondered that. I mean, let's just go to the contract. Oh, I mean, well, because it's wrapped. I guess that's why this is not the real market cap then. How many is it wrapped MC? So how many mist coins are there? I guess it's not on this, yeah. 1 million supply. Oh, okay. Interesting. The oldest collectible token. That's a pretty cool narrative. Never fade someone named Fabian. Vogel Stellar, dude. What a freaking name. And Alex Von de Sande. Damn. Is that on CoinGecko? That's the question. Can we find this on CoinGecko? Only wrapped. So I guess there's no real information for Mist Coin itself. Very interesting. I like this narrative though. Pretty cool, dude. Pretty damn cool. Yeah, I don't know why Dex Screener does, or Dex Tools does that. That's tempting, dude. Is anyone talking about this? I've definitely never in my life heard of Mist Coin. But I have to go search the ticker. Let's see if any big accounts are talking about this. Do I search Mist Coin or W? I guess I search WMC. Also, what's hay? You said it's like hay, but I've never heard of it. What, hay sounds like a meme coin. Is this supposed to be like a meme coin, or is there like a use to this? See someone scooping some on stream. Yeah, why have I not heard of this? Yeah, I got literally nobody talking about this. Just a collectible. Okay. Well, I'll definitely be keeping my eye on it. Seems pretty interesting. Giving like 4096 energy. So what's 1%, like 10K tokens or something? See, how much would it cost to get 10K of these? $20 bands? It's a little pricey. Well, good looks, dude. X? I remember that. Whatever happened to those projects? And you can't find it because you search X and it's like, oh, is this it? X.com? Yeah, that's it. Did anything ever come of this? Why is my page is refreshing? It just launched and went like a bajillion X. Yeah, that's so crazy. It's honest, doesn't this kind of look fire, dude? Tell me this doesn't look heat. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but the chart kind of looks nice, I can't lie. Anyways. Thanks for the shout, dude. What was that other one you were looking at recently? Like Chaz or something? Or Chex? Was it Chex or was it Chax? Because there's both of them. It was Chex because it was Bitfinex. Is this still a play, brother? Oh yeah. You were talking about XRT as well. I want the OG chart for this one. I mean, this does look hot, dude. This looks pretty hot. Is that other one that... Was it RWS? Is this still a thing? Do you know, bro? Is RWS still a thing? Because that also was very intriguing. 50 circulating supply. Damn, it went to 0. This coin was crazy. That went from like 2,000 a coin to... This was the first $100,000 coin I had ever seen. Got delisted from Gecko, wow. So it's probably toast. Okay. Someone's puking Fideum. Find him. What's up, Hassan? Happy New Year, brother. Oh, yeah, dude. We're going to crush it next year. No doubt in my mind. It's going to be a crazy year. How much supply is there at XRT? I always thought XRT was pretty big brain. $290K circulating. Surely that's not right. It's not right. Saying 7 million is going to be burned out of 9 million? Interesting. That's a freaking massive burn. Yeah, I'm with you, Hassan. I think the same thing. I mean, this chart honestly looks okay. But yeah, probably refills this. And then goes higher, like, end of Q1. Probably something like this. Depends on if they can pull off what they say they're going to pull off. Which I think they can. The team is always shown to be pretty quality. I don't know. It's hard to... It's just tough. Like, you see this chart looking like this, and then you see their, like, one of their competitors, 0K, and looking like this. And this is either really good or really bad for ATOR, and I can't tell which one. I think it's still really good. Because this will push the same kind of narrative. I do think this is going to flip ATOR, though. Is this... Is this accurate? It's not 30 million, is it? No, it's 60 million. Okay, dude. Dex Tools kind of sucks. My Dex screener's been bugging out, so I switched over to Dex Tools. I don't know what it is with Dex screener, like, doesn't like my Wi-Fi. Like, when I try to load it on my Wi-Fi on my phone, it doesn't load, but then I go to LTE, it loads fine. I've never heard of anything like that before. Very strange. Resembles Unibot. Oh, that's a good... I'm glad you mentioned that, because Modest wanted me to look at Unibot. And there's something else I'm missing that someone asked about in Blockcircle. I can't remember what it is. This is so liquid for how low the market cap is. Like, this chart honestly looks so good. Once this gets through this, like, $85 level, this thing is going to send. I wouldn't mind sizing up on this one. Yeah, Dex Screener is so much better. I just don't know why my internet doesn't like it. It's very strange. I've never had a problem with a website like that. Yeah, this chart looks so good. Modest, are you still in here, dude? I think he might have tuned out, but... Yeah, this chart looks cracked. And they just went to Solana, too, so you know the volume number is going to get crazy. Let me go check market chat. There was something else. I just can't remember. Plaza, didn't you ask me something else? I don't know if you're still in here, but... You had asked me something in Blockcircle to look at. I just can't remember what it was. Maybe that was someone else. Someone was asking in Blockcircle why XRP is lagging so much. I don't know. I have not heard someone talk about XRP in so long. Like, I don't know, man. I cannot see the value in holding this coin. Long-term triangle, guys? Yeah? We ride? Breakout by 2027? Like, what? There's just no narrative for this. Like, there's just, at the current time, no narrative for this whatsoever. It has been sideways in a tight range for a while, though. How crazy would it be if this cycle would get an insane XRP pump again? Like, $10? Something stupid. I think that shit would be so funny. Oh yeah, another big tidbit about 0KN is they're working with Mina protocol now. Which is pretty big. I think they're $1 billion or something, and Mina's been going pretty crazy lately, I think. Yeah, bottom was 30 cents. Now it's $1.40. 1.4 billion. Pretty good news. Pretty good news. Working with Mina and Monero. Monero. Also, you guys heard that supposedly Welsh is coming to MEXC? That would be pretty hype. I know a lot of people hate on the exchange, and I don't think it's the best exchange by any means, but check out the volume numbers, dude. 12. Break 12. $1.4 billion of volume here. Crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. Like, how much of this is going to float at Welsh when people hear the first meme coin of Bitcoin is there? Woo! Wild. And so many people have been rage buying this because it's so annoying. Send your transaction, you wait like a week for it to confirm, only to fail. It's just crazy. And it's getting pretty liquid, almost 1 million in liquidity. And I think... Let me check in a different browser, but I think they have the LP going. I don't know if it's live yet. But there's some pretty juicy rewards coming to the Welsh Stacks farm. So I think the LP on AlexDex is going to get pretty thick. Need to line up capital for the lows. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not buying any more of this. I've still got a pretty big bag, like 60% of my size, but I don't know. It's just kind of lost its oomph for me. This is insane. Fireworks blasting outside. I'll praise you about giving us another chance. Dude, yeah. You get these lows again on Unibot, and it's such an easy bid, I think. One of the 0KN team was a Mina dev. Really? Did not know that. Cardano? Meme coin? I didn't even know Cardano could have coins yet. So it went from what, like 10,000 to 200,000? So like a 20x on MEXC? Fire. Yeah, 150 million. Damn. I'm gonna try and diamond hand this so hard though, dudes. I asked, how did you keep holding? Once it got to the millions and not selling at all. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did talk about that. And also, I did sell a good amount of my Wootrade in, like, the 50-cent range to buy a house. Or, like, 80 cents or something. I bought a house cash. So at that point, you know, it was more than risk-free for me. Yeah, but it's hard. Like, you know, 4 million. You say 4 million in the bank, you would have sold a lot. But would you have done it at 500K, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million? It's like, what's the point? You know. Where are we at OXO thesis? I don't know, man. I know I'll never buy this coin again. Chart's been looking pretty healthy lately. You know, it's just kind of upwards accumulating. This is one of those ones I was happy to take my, like, 100, 200x, whatever, and just dip. You know, and, I mean, I dipped from, like, 6 to 10 cents. And it's at 13 8 months later. So I regret nothing. I regret nothing. But I will say that I haven't kept up with the fundamentals at all, so... You know, I don't know how that's looking, but, you know, this looks pretty healthy. A lot of these sales are just distribution. You know, people that ran up this run didn't sell and sat through all this pain for months on end are finally starting to sell. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Crypto Mikey believes it runs to $4. I I don't know about that one, but maybe. Maybe. I don't know. $4 OXO is more than the price of Monero. So I don't see that happening personally. But maybe. What's up, Musa? Any thoughts on AIT? I have not heard of that. Actually, I think I have heard of that one, but got in at 10 mil. Chart looks pretty clean. I'll say that. You know, as long as you can kind of keep this trend going, I think it looks pretty clean. Hey, thanks, Plaza. Much love to you too, brother. It has been a great year. Intersection of AI and blockchain. Whoa, let me embrace the future real quick. Oh, shit. Whoa! Oh, taking me on a journey. I mean, this is a cool-ass website. Turn that sound off, though. Holy shit. AIT protocol stands as the... I can't read that. That sounds pretty cool. Big brain. I like these little animations. That's cool. Won't be doing that. Website's pretty clean. Not a limit. Seems kind of big brain, honestly. Really good liquidity, too. 10% of its market cap. Oh, I see. It's not fully diluted. But chart looks nice. I do question what the distribution is like, but for now the chart looks good. I mean, it's so new. It's hard to do like any kind of technical analysis when it launched a week ago. You know, so far this is the history, right? You know? Right, when that's your history, I mean, there's not much to say. You know, either you like it or you don't. Alright, guys, I hate to do this, guys, but I've really got to pee again so badly, so I'm gonna have to go pee. But I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Goodness gracious. Screen is fire. Yeah, thanks, dude. Shout out to my boy Bruce for that. That kicks ass. A lot of influencers got into pre-sale. You can stake tokens. Oh, okay. Interesting. What's your biggest bags heading into 24? Shillet, dude. Welsh is my biggest bag at value. Although if I sold it, it wouldn't be worth half of what it's worth on paper. But this is easily my biggest bag. Like, this is more than... My next biggest bag, liquid, is Fideum. And Welsh is worth twice as much currently. But, oh, here we go again. The daily shows Fideum's at 16.6. The 1 hour shows 14.96. DEXTools is such garbage, honestly. But, this is my next biggest bag and my biggest liquid bag. I have about 20% of my portfolio in Fideum. And then next up is Creso. So we got Fideum, Creso, 0KN. Those are my big go-to bags. Yeah. Oh, so people buying up Mist Coin. Getting sandwiched out the ass. Y'all gotta use MEV blocker, man. Because y'all motherfuckers getting sandwiched so hard. But yeah, this is the lineup right here. Creso, 0KN, Fideum. Like, I'm bagging 10 million between these three, guaranteed. No doubt in my mind. The trifecta. And these two are both free bags for me by far. Creso I've not TP'd hard on yet. I'm really trying to be patient with this one, but... What are we up in Blockcircle on this? Like... I think I first called it at like 2. We're up like 35x to 45x. Feeling super good about this one. But this is like... Creso is ERC 4337 narrative. 0KN is privacy and like mixnet stuff, and Fideum is like kind of TradFi, banking, stuff like that. But those are easily my favorite picks, and then Welsh just kind of like a meme pick, you know. But that's the lineup, baby. What would you do? Some keynotes if you were to start fresh with 5K tomorrow? Well, I don't know. That's a tricky question because what I would do is not what everyone should do. And it also kind of depends on your financial situation. It depends on what 5K is to you. Like, if you're starting with 5K and you've got 5K in the bank account too, you know, you probably got to be a bit cautious. But, you know, if you got a good job, you know, you got your bills are covered, you're able to save money every month, that kind of stuff, you know, you're not like risking money you shouldn't. And again, this is just what I would do. I would be all in one coin. You know, I would be all in one of these coins that I like, and I would, you know, once I could get to like 15, 20K, I would split it between these three. Once I got that to 50K, I'd, you know, add a couple more of these ones I also like. That's what I would do. You know, if I was at a 5K, I would not split into 10 different positions. Like, I would just be all in 1 or 2 bags and pray. That's just how I would do it. You know, some people would probably, you know, put $1,000 in Bitcoin and then $1,000 in Ethereum and then maybe have $1,000 in this, $1,000 in this, $1,000 in this. I think that's fine too. You know, if I could only have a few bags, I would definitely have Creso, 0K, and Fideum. But not necessarily, you know, buy in at this price. Like if I was literally starting tomorrow, I would probably put like 2,000-ish in one of these three, maybe Creso. And then I would wait and see how the ETF stuff plays out. Maybe put like 500 into Welsh. Which has higher upside from here, 0K or Creso? I don't know about that one. That's a hard call. That's a really tough call. I don't know, man. I kind of want to lead towards Creso. Because this is like the first big project I've seen doing ERC 4337. And supposedly that can like revolutionize wallets. And everyone needs a wallet, you know? So I want to say Creso. But in the end, you know, you're just flipping a coin, right? Like, I don't really know. If I don't have any of your calls so far, which one would you recommend getting into in 2024? Bro, I'm honestly leaning to Welsh. Not gonna lie. Kind of leaning Welsh Corgi on this one. Either that or 0KN. 0KN is the lowest market cap of the four. You know, Creso, 0KN, Fideum, Welsh, 0KN's lowest market cap. Oh no, I feel you, Harry, dude. Like when I see something up 5x, I don't even want to buy it. You know, like, oh, it's up 5x. Well, you made it. And you know, it'll go run 200x from there afterwards. Like, you know, like TRB, I wouldn't have wanted to buy. If I missed $8 to like 30, I wouldn't want to buy it. And then now it's at 600 like 3 months later. So trust me, I get it. That's why when, you know, people ask questions like that, you know, if you were to start with 5K tomorrow, what would you do? Well, I would want to have started 3 months ago. You know, we're at the end of an insane year. And a lot of stuff I bought is up like 50x plus. So I don't know. I wouldn't really want to be buying right now if I was starting today. But, you know, it's hard to not say I would just be in the projects that I'm in. You know, so I don't know. That's like I totally get it though, dude. You know, it's hard to buy when projects are up so much, but you know, so much doesn't really mean anything. And I miss a lot of big runs because of that. Like, oh, I don't want to buy a 5x, and that becomes a 10x, and that becomes a 20x, and that becomes a 30, 40, 50, 60, and all of a sudden, you know, the original 5x didn't matter at all. But then you buy a 5x next time and it goes to 0. Or, you know, you buy the top and it goes sideways for 6 months. It's tough, dude. You know, I wouldn't stress about being in any one project, like having to be in. There's so many good projects out there. Like, there's so much good value this cycle. And so it's also okay to just be patient and wait, you know, wait for the next big trade. Man, I want to know when we're getting Mech C. Let me check Discord, see if there's any updates on it. Sorry, I've gone silent. I'm just reading this Discord here. I'm trying to see if there's any updates on when we're getting our listing. Daily chart looks so good. I try not to talk about this project too much. I know not everyone is in, but man, I'm so hyped to see where this goes. Good Lord. Hey, Ryan with the miscoin thread. Clutch. Let's see who's aping in Blockcircle. You done did it, brother. I threw 5 bands at it for the memes. Well, I'm not seeing any updates, but a listing for Welsh would be so good because so many people probably want in but just don't know how to use stacks or their transactions keep failing. I've also seen a lot of people hating on MXC and like, I don't know, it's not my favorite exchange by any means, but it's almost top 10 volume. They've been around for years. They kind of debunked all the FUD that was going on. Like, I don't know, man. Seems kind of okay. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where the Welsh pool is at. $1 million liquidity. Let's go. Dude, Welsh has 17 million 7-day volume. Actually insane. 100% APY on fees. Actually so nuts. Any thoughts on WINR? Is that which one is that? Is that the Gamblefy coin? I remember we looked at it a while back and I missed my chance to buy it, I think. Yeah, we looked at it when it was here. I didn't want to buy it here. I was waiting on a pullback and then I forgot about it when it actually pulled back. And now it's higher than I'd like to buy. Liquidity's not great, not even 1% of the market cap. That's kind of sad. But not a big deal. Gaming, something gamify. I love that. Yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of my, like, yo, what's next, Sarah? I don't know. Something real world asset, something TradFi. That's the shill. Yeah, I saw that, but it didn't seem to have. Oh wait, well, the liquidity looked even worse. 74K liquidity on Camelot, 280K on Uniswap. Am I missing something? The lick's even worse on Camelot. Unless this is just inaccurate. But the chart definitely looks really good. You know, nothing super parabolic yet. You know, just some steady accumulation, steady rise and fall. Well, I think it looks fine. I think it looks too early to sell, honestly. You know, a fine time to take some profits, but again, guys, remember, when do you want to really sell? This is when you really want to sell. Not like this. Like the chart right now kind of looks like this. You know, like you might have to deal with some of this, but this is when it goes off the screen so hard you get to scroll. That's when you really want to be taking profits. And this one doesn't look there yet. How many Welsh holders are there? A few thousand. There's a portal for it. Let me pull that up real quick. Sometimes it doesn't load though. I don't know if it'll load. But we'll come check on it in a few minutes. Maybe it'll load up. Welsh could go to 200 million in a blink. Absolutely, dude. The first meme coin on Bitcoin, people are going to lose their shit. Like this could literally go there in a blink of an eye, like you said. Yep. Do you think you'll have some fresh calls coming? There's just no way to know, honestly. You know, I don't like... You know, 2 days before I got into Creso, I didn't know about it. You know, so it's kind of hard to predict. Oh, like, for sure, you know, in a few days, I'll have this. Like, I don't know. You know, there might not be anything for a month. There could be something tomorrow. I just don't know. But the later we get towards this cycle, like, really progressing, you know, the more I'm inclined to just hold what I've already gotten. You know, like 2022 was a pretty inactive year. And then 2023, I traded, you know, probably like 100 different coins. And, you know, maybe 2024, it'll be less than that. You know, I'm definitely not the type to... I will not just buy something for the sake of having a Blockcircle call, you know? Like, yeah, there's a new call every week. Like, I don't do that, you know? It's just... Blockcircle's meant to be more of an educational trading journal. You know, this is what I'm doing. And, you know, I won't... You know, if we'll go months without a new trade, we'll go months without a new trade. You know, it's just... It depends on what happens. But if someone hits me up tomorrow with something I like that I'm willing to risk the money on, then, you know, there'll be a new trade. Don't think we're getting MEXC today. Oh no, I don't think it'll happen today. More just, I don't really care if when it's listed. I just want confirmation it's coming, because when it's confirmed coming, people will just mark it up on Alex. Look into dog, brother. We already called dog. Did you miss what happened, man? I went on vacation and I had one of my partners loaned me like 30 ETH to buy it, and then I lost my MetaMask keys like 20 minutes after I bought it. So I just have like 10 million dog on a wallet that I could never access. But then I bought some more. I bought really high. I bought like 3,400. I'm tempted to buy more here, but... But yeah, no, I think this is a super simple long. It might take a while to play out, but yeah, I mean, this thing will probably rip face. Yeah, I mean, it went sideways for a year and a half. It didn't go sideways for a year and a half just to go up like a 4x or whatever it did. What did it do? It went from 8,000 to 40,000. So what? Like a 5x? Yeah. This will run more. I'm not a doubt in my mind. Oh yeah, dude. One of my buddy Capo's big on Prop C. I never found a good entry, but I think this one's really good. Chart looks great. I mean, I'm not one for like stereotypical charting formations, but this is actually a stereotypical cup and handle. Like, this looks like it literally wants to send to $10 immediately. My biggest issue is definitely this. But, you know, might not be a big deal. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it loaded. 3,000 holders in Welsh. You need 16 million to be in top 100. Anyone want to guess where Jaboy is on this list? I'm in the top 20. Anyone want to guess? I'm not going to tell you, but... yeah, 3,000 holders. Looking juicy. Let's compare that to Sheeb. Bonk. And WIF. So we got 10 times as many holders on WIF. Over 100 times as many holders on Bonk. And I don't even know how many more holders on Shiba Inu. I think this... did this get airdropped? I can't remember, but... yeah, I'm thinking we're early. I'm thinking we're early, folks. I'm thinking we're very early. Holding until my charts look like TRB. That's the strat, dude. When will exchanges start listing newer alts like Unibot Pal? I don't know. I don't know how the listing works with those places. Usually they list when they get hype enough. When the volume is so crazy that they see like, oh, Unibot's got $10 million in daily volume. We should list that so we can rake in bank on the fees. So, I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't already list Unibot on like Binance. Dude, yeah, no doubt in my mind, Dog's gonna run hard next year. And if, like, I don't know. I will not fade Cryptopathic. Like, it's actually so middle curve to fade him. That dude knows what he's doing. Welsh market cap, well, supply is 10 billion. So you can see the market cap. If you go to the chart, whatever this number is the market cap. So this is 35 million, 40 million, 60 million, 100 million. When you hit a penny, you're at 100 million. So right now we're at about 36, give or take. Yeah, I got you, Harry. Hey, just remember when Hunter told you to take profits at 600, guys. Like I said, this is the kind of candle when you take profits. That being said, honestly, like I would not be shocked to see some shit like this, dude. Just keep on sending. Like this candle looks kind of like what this candle probably looked like. But yeah, like think about it. Like Binance is making so much money on the fees of this. So much money. Ooh, let's go check our Pi cycle stuff. We haven't looked at this in a minute. Looking good. First test of blue. This cycle, first test of blue. When did that happen? Last cycle? We didn't test blue until after the halving last cycle. Oh no, we tested it. We tested it in 2019 run up. And then we went through green. Where's green right now? 60K? Interesting. Last cycle before that, we tested it on the breakout from bear market. Very interesting. Some of this is such noise. I don't know why I have most of these checked off. There's only one thing that matters on this chart. This is all that matters on this chart. Also, we don't need the fill. Bottom, 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 bottom. And the top, every time, lads. When orange crosses green, that's the top. 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 Until orange crosses green, we're not done, folks. We're not done until orange crosses green. 111 DMA times fib 2. 111 DMA fib 2. Keep it simple. Golden ratio. Do not fade it. Do not fade golden ratio. Bitcoin, 350 DMA, golden ratio multiplier. Turn everything off except fib 2 and 111 DMA. This is your Pi cycle. Top is in when that's in. And again, eventually it probably won't work. Maybe this will be the first cycle it doesn't work, but I thought that last cycle and I faded it and the top was perfect. And I think it even worked the previous cycle before that. Oh no, the previous cycle, the very first cycle, it didn't quite exist, but you can almost extrapolate that if it did, it probably would have been pretty close again. Isn't that shit wild? Pi cycle, guys. Keep it simple. We got a long way to go. All right, let's go back to TRB. Actually, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's do a quick breeze through the charts. AEGIS is really tempting me here. Is this chart bugged? Yeah, there we go. No, I guess not. Maybe a little bit. Dude, I'm feeling so... I've never felt so good about my portfolio in my life. Maybe that means we're topping out. Maybe that means we're topping out. Let's see, how long we've been going? About 2.5 hours. I'll probably go another 30 minutes and then we'll probably call it. So if there's anything else you guys want to look at, do feel free to post. Portfolio's freaking printing right now, dude. Oh, gosh. Hold up. There's a Harambe coin? Hold up. Stop the music. Stop the music. Hunt with $1 million in lick. What the heck is this? Long Harambe. I'm long Harambe, folks. Crappa. He was taken from us too soon, man. Staircase up, elevator down. It's probably gonna bounce hard to like 500 though. The liquidation is gonna get crazy if it hits below 230. It's gonna bounce though. It's gonna bounce 230. The liquidations are so funny, dude. You can tell people are leveraged to the tits on this. Oh gosh. It'll probably hold right in here though. Right to the 4-hour band. Look at that 4-hour candle, dude. Gosh. It's like being at the freaking movies, dude. Just watch people get liquidated in real time. Can I check RVF? Oh yeah. I know we got some Rocket Vault enjoyers. That's a beautiful chart. I middle curved it over here at 30 cents. Which was smart at the time. But I just kind of forgot about it. This exchange is super normie friendly too. This will probably run stupid hard. This will probably go like $10. Chart looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Harambe's proper shitcoin by NFD. Roger that, brother. I'm gonna do a deep dive and all that kind of stuff tonight, probably. Oh, here we go. Stops ran. Bounce it, baby. Bounce it from 230. Yeah, Rocket Vault looks really good. Look at that weekly candle. Oh, that's new highs. Looking a bit like 0K. Oh yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, this went sideways from 2021 to 2023. 2 years of sideways. It's probably got more than a 10x in it. Look at this volume, dude. This has got to be short-term capitulation. Oh, liquidations in real time. Oh, I love to see it. Cascade to 90. Oh gosh, dude. Leverage to the tits. Gosh, Binance making so much money on that. It looks kind of weak, Tia. It looks kind of weak, honestly. It might need to come back under $10 before it moves again. I think if you like this coin, you just wait for this little downtrend to play out. Once it reverts, that's probably your chance to get in. You know what I mean? Like, it looks okay. Like, this was a really clean trend. But, you know, it's kind of like back here, right? You can just wait for this downtrend to play out, and boom. There's your super simple entry. Which it's not going to be that clean every time, but, you know. You can buy pretty risk-free here. Stop below the bands. Or even stop below the low. It's kind of how I would play it here. Long-term hold. What is this one? Is this Celestia? I don't know, man. It's already 10 billion fully diluted. I don't really keep up with this one, though. It's like, I don't know. If I was to give you, like, an opinion, it wouldn't be super informed. So I would just take fundamentals on this one for me with a grain of salt. I don't know much about it, but it's already 10 billion, you know. I'm more of the kind of guy that rides from a million to a billion instead of the guy that rides from a billion to like 10 or 20 or 30 or whatever. It's just not really my cup of tea. Huh? Come on. Someone chuckled, right? Yeah, not my cup of tea. Liquidations in real time. Oh gosh, yo. 219K volume. How much is Binance making on this? $87 million volume in a 30-minute candle. Binance making 200 bands in 30 minutes. Ease clap. No, it's gonna bounce from here though. You got 1 hour pie, 30-minute pie. It'll probably dead cat back to like 400, 450-ish. Gosh, look at the 4 hour. Look at the daily. Hey, man. Crypto 100 doubters, man. 600. I said this is the day. This is the candle you TP on, guys. For all 0 people in here that own TRB. Nobody doubt me, okay? No, nobody doubt Hunter now. I would be shook if you don't bounce here, though, intraday. You get the daily 8 EMA, you get the 4-hour bands, you got 1-hour pi, and you got 30-minute pi. Weekly 8 EMA is a little bit lower at 130. Maybe you can wick down all the way down there, but there will be a sick intraday bounce on this sooner or later, for sure. Like, I doubt it's going to do this. You know, it'll probably just whoop. Someone's about to make a killing on this bounce. Why did TRB go up so much? Dude, there's no reason, I'm sure. It went up so much because people were buying, you know? Simple as that. I don't know. I haven't seen any huge catalysts or anything, but I never pay attention to this coin. It's like the Oracle's coin or something, right? It's like Chainlink Lite. Yeah. Or honestly, it's better Chainlink since it's actually decentralized. They're selling my corgis! They're selling my corgis! Oh, here we go. Longs liquidated, shorts liquidated next, I guess. Oh, someone's hit me up on Steam. Alright, guys. Well, I think I'm about to sign out of here. Been a pretty amazing stream, almost 3 hours. Really happy you guys could all be here to end the year strong. I mean, what a year it has been. I'm so happy for the success we've seen in Blockcircle. I mean, it honestly warms my heart. There's nothing I love more than seeing other people make it. Truly. I mean, it just warms my heart. And this is actually a great time to give all the glory back to God and Jesus Christ. I know not everybody's about it, but truly from the bottom of my heart, I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be here to do this. I mean, I could not imagine doing anything else. Like, it just really puts into perspective how amazing of an opportunity this is. So, thank you so much, Jesus. Big ups, all the glory to God. And thank you to you guys for being here every week, grinding with me. I don't know what awaits in 2024, but if 2023 is any sign, it's going to be a great year. So many thanks to you guys for tuning in. To those of you that aren't in Blockcircle, we would love to have you. But if not, I'll still be doing these public streams every now and then, probably maybe every week, maybe every other week. I kind of like keeping streams private sometimes. But much love to you guys. I appreciate all your support. I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's. Be smart, trade safe. Don't risk it all in one bag. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.